Hello, Lake Erie Regiment. My name is Randy Isoda, and we are here in Erie, Pennsylvania on July 20. Let's see, today's the 24th of July, and it'll be my pleasure this evening to evaluate you in the area of RAS performance. I'll be with you here on the field, try to let you know where I'm situated through the course of your performance, and only other thing I want to say is that this grass is real long, so be careful as you're moving about. Looking forward to your performance. Wish you luck. Get back to you when you're ready. Okay, with the acknowledgement from your drum major that you're ready, recognition of the brass section seems to be dispersed. So I'm starting on the left side. Contrabasses are in the pit. Here we go. Solo statement. Really like the approach from the soloist in terms of style. Let's make sure the notes respond right from the beginning. Pitch control within the soprano section seems to be a little sporadic, but really appreciate the achievement in terms of flow and direction of phrase. Focus pitch, contrabasses. Rhythmic statement from alto voices seem to be a bit vague. I'm referring to the flugelhorns and mellophones. Rhythmic accuracy when we get to the end of the punctuation point. Soprano voice, isolated, accent, interpretation, no placement. Watch approach towards crescendo as you're moving across. Sopranos. Okay, like the balance from individual to individual and approach towards the seventh chord in the soprano section. Let's watch the approach towards the release. I think you get to the end of the phrase, crescendo, release, tendency to really snap that ending, and you want to lift that off and make sure there's not a strong cut to the ending with the tongue. Lapses occur every moment the individual brass players move. I noticed that in the soprano statement, at the forte statement, then this introduction baritone statement. Like the rhythmic interpretation of feel from the small ensemble as you diminuendo, let's make sure you keep the breath support up so pitch doesn't distort. Vamp statement from alto voices to baritones not matching right next to one another, and we're getting a discrepancy in the approach to the interpretation of that rhythm. I feel a good sense of training from the approach towards the playing of these brass instruments. I feel as though sometimes there's a letdown in a sense that phrase endings are dropped, not completed a phrase, breath support and continuation of breath support, giving a better sense of stability through sustained pitches. Watch the approach towards articulation, sopranos, da 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 da, real use of tongue to release. Okay, from individual to individual, we have the unison rhythmic statement, seems to be like an 8/16 figure, D, diddy, 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 triplet feel, 8/16, really not well defined in terms of which one it is, and focus towards that approach. Okay, alto voices, as we're moving back towards that legato statement, let's make sure we continue that breath support, continue that phrase. I like the approach towards phrase growth through resonance into the release point. That time was good as we stand still. Boy, there's a marked difference between the approach of energy and approach towards sustain from when you're standing versus moving. Watch the timing at this cadence. Soprano's left side. Focus and resonance, lower register soprano voices tend to thin out, open up that sound by lowering the jaw, getting a better sense of resonance and focus. Let's watch pitch control as we get into these more, into the denser harmonies. Watch timing. Let's please watch the drum major in terms of approach towards phrase end. Watch pitch control, upper register baritones. As we play the top of the phrases, seem to have a little discrepancy in pitch. Okay, soloists, a little more breath support, pitches won't be quite as flat, and I'll have a better sense of vibrancy. Tends to be a little, how can I put this, a diminished sound when you want a more focused, resonant sound, and pitch won't be as a problem. So let's work on better focus and pitch control. Oh, I like the rhythmic interpretation, sopranos, on this VAM statement, on this rhythmic statement, but let's do something with it now. It seems like in terms of rhythmic unity, we have a sense of uniformity. Now, shape, weight, note emphasis, direction of phrase. Oh, resonance on that accented pitch, da-la-la-da. That's more sense of resonance. We're really chopping off these notes. Do a real good job when we're standing here watching the drummer major, and as a result I feel that rhythmic interpretation improves dramatically. Watch pitch as we can complete phrase idea. It seems to be really abrupt, and as well pitch phrase, pitch discrepancies are real apparent. So you want to make sure you keep that breath going and that we don't have a sense of inconsistency once we play sustained pitches especially. Pitch control sopranos. Hear the notes before you play them. Obviously, we weren't ready for this legato statement, this lyrical statement from soprano voices. Make sure you take a deep breath before you start the phrase. Yeah, a nice feel solo, good sense of pacing through there. Like the rhythmic interpretation, flows well. Good. Alto voice is real choppy on this counter line. Okay, again, a point of resonance at the staccato statement accents. Really chopping off the end of phrases with staccato pitches, using the tongue, not giving those notes a sense of resonance. Contrabasses, sense of pitch. I think they're trying to play too many notes. You might want to check that. Oh, as we modulate here, let's listen for tonality. Everybody start to play flat. Okay, when we get to fortissimo statements, it's so important that we don't push. Contrabasses started to go sharp, the small bore started to go flat, then we really had a discrepancy here in terms of tonality, pitch focus, and resonance within the parameters of that harmony we chose. For the most part, I really like the approach and attempt towards phrase. I think a lot of it has problems that do occur, I think, happen mostly in a sense of approach towards breath, approach towards resonance and getting those pitches started. But really appreciate that. Good luck to you in the future. Thank you very much. I hope these comments were helpful.